Now, Cape Coral itself has been very sensitive to the algae outbreaks that we've seen over
Sure.
the water. So now, some of that can be contributed to energy, although the large portion of it has been due to fertilizer runoff or nutrients that have been introduced into the water. But as we use more clean energy from, like, for example, from electric vehicles, we can we can move away from some of the pollution that's put into the air that actually comes and settles down on the water.
Sure.
So what do you feel that the city could help, or you could help lead the city to go down a path that's more renewable by introducing more electric vehicles? What can the city do to facilitate?
Well, one of the things with electrical vehicles are going to be driven by the repower stations, if you will. And right now, I know that that's very limited in availability for repower stations. It's almost, there are only a couple of companies out there offering a station. I see the industry, in order to make electrical vehicles work well, we have to have a pretty sophisticated electrical distribution system. Like gas stations for electricity has to become ubiquitous. It has to be much more than what we have. I think it's premature for that yet. We have to work on that part of it first. Once we get to that point, maybe we could be a hub for that. I'm all for being creative and innovative, but that's going to be one that's going to take fairly significant capital investment too. So it's the chicken before the egg. But we got to get that chicken in place before we can really. But I would see the great thing about Cape Coral is most of the commutes here are 20, 30-mile commutes people do every day. So it's wonderful for electric vehicles. But if we could just get that nut of charging stations around here, I think you could convince this to become a very proactive, progressive community in that area.
Outstanding. That's a great idea, and I really feel that that can be more easily integrated into
Yeah.
what we have as the future. So now,
Just to touch upon the algae problem for a minute, I kind of look at that in three particular boxes, if you will. One box being the macro, which is really Lake Okeechobee oriented, and that which comes to us down the Calcasieu River. The second is pretty much what we do locally in treatment of the residents and the city in the way that we fertilize and the management of that process. And then third is kind of like the Calcasieu Basin down here. And if you look at what's happening up in Lake Okeechobee, the state and the federal government have great projects going there. One of the issues is that we still allow big sugar nutrients to get recycled back in there, and we get citrus coming from the northern area going into there, which is going to continue to promote the nutrient level in Okeechobee, and that's going to continue to perpetuate the algae. Now, one of the things that you can do for that and have done is we control the releases. We have the C43 dam on our side, the C41 dam on the other side, and the capability of holding a reservoir there and having a nice controlled release, both from a salinity control and level control, and also from a nutrient control coming downriver. The biggest thing we can do in Cape Coral by itself is educate our residents on proper use of fertilizer and proper treatment of their lawns. We have a wonderful recycle system here, the most sophisticated recycle system anywhere. We have RO plants that are fantastic. I built and run off RO plants. The RO plant we have for the city here is ideal. It's perfect. It's well done. They really do a great job at it. So our potable water situation is very good. We pull our potable water out of Mid-Hawthorne Reservoir. Things you worry about with that reservoir, salinity, conductivity of salinity through the porous sandstone to get to there. That's pretty well in check. We have a great capacity on that reservoir, 6 billion gallons per year. We have a vertical head situation where we got monitoring wells, and if we break anything that is less than over 40 feet from the top of the well, we know it real quick. Never has shown an issue there. So I'm not worried about potable, but I am worried about what the residents are contributing to that problem and what other industrial sources might be. We don't have any real heavy industry here around here, and I don't see it. I see our commercial development still being low environmental footprint type of industries, high tech, high energy, that type of thing. So that's good.
Wonderful segue there
Yeah.
into the water problem. Well, but Joe, I really appreciate the time that you've you've spent with us and explaining your views on how you feel that locally the energy in Florida can be changed and go down a path that's far more sustainable. And I just want everybody else to stay tuned to our channel on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media platforms to get more information about how we can rethink the energy in Florida. Now I want all of you to go forth and spread some sunshine.